There we go. All right. Hello. Good morning, Angela. And thank you for joining me and agreeing to be here this morning. I wanted to ask you just a few questions. And the first one is what drew you to work with me? First question.
Yeah, I know I was, it was your focus, just prayers, everything you talk about resonates with me. So that's how I was drawn to you, it's just the focus on God, the focus on, finding our purpose. And that's something that I've struggled with feeling confident about. And then lately, the creating for Christ, like, really resonates with me. Like,
Yes.
Multi-passionate, how do we bring it all together? All of those things.
Yes, thank you for sharing that. I know that it really touches my heart, warms my heart when women say that, the part about God and spirituality, because that's so huge to me. And I know that I can't create anything, outside of him, or it's not that we can't, because people do, but I just wouldn't be satisfied. I wouldn't be whole. I wouldn't be complete without it, so it's a big part. And I want other women to feel complete. I want them to feel, and not only feel, but know deep down inside that they are operating in the will of God,
Yeah. That's brought me a lot of peace, us working together in so many different ways. It's like, oh my gosh, where do I start?
Yes.
Yeah, in that connection and purpose and faith and, praying and trusting, but then also all the practical work too that we do.
Mm-hmm.
Like all those powerful tapping sessions that have brought me peace for emotions that weren't worked out, stuff like that. And then all the assignments and things, the ones that I've been able to get done, like there's just so it's like this huge buffet of assignments that you put out for us that I feel that I can just continue to keep working through and growing from.
Yes. Yay, powerful stuff. So the next question I want to ask you was, how are things for you before our work?
Yeah. Well, I guess I kind of touched on that a little bit in terms of being not as secure in knowing what my purpose is. And so being a lot more self-reliant and driven and really caught up in that, to be successful or to really, to do it all, I've got to go. And that hustle mentality of, well, if I put in, if 40 hours is good, then 50 hours is better, and 60 hours and 80 hours is even better than that. And, so if I'm working, 12 to 18 hours a day, that's my badge of honor, and I'm doing the most I can kind of mentality. Of course that, has brought a lot of burnout too with it, but it was really hard for me to shake that. So I would say self-reliance, the hustle, and that insecurity around what's really my purpose. Those are kind of the top.
Got you.
From before we were working together.
Got you. And what would you tell someone, like the experience of working with me? What is that like?
Mm-hmm. It is really engaging, inspiring, and it's fun, and provocative too, in that, it really, and it's deep. Just thinking about some of those sessions we had, really getting to places that, are just so emotional and so real, and being able to really feel those things and work through them and then be on the other side. So transformational, as well. Just like feeling like that some hard emotions were truly transformed, in with you as a witness, in the presence of our higher power.
Right. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I love it because whenever we're doing our EFT work and our energy work, like we know that the presence of God is there. It's just what it is. And the process is really inviting God to really go to the areas that He knows. So, and when it pops up, and it comes up, it's so unexpected, but we trust it. We trust the process of knowing that, okay, yes, I want to, get this job, or yes, I want more clients, or yes, I need more visibility and all these other pieces. But he takes us to the root of the issue of what's holding us back from like really getting there. And sometimes we think it's the strategic things we need to do, but sometimes it's really the emotional things. And then there's times when we do need to learn a new tool or learn a new technique, but they marry so well together. And knowing that God, He provides both of them. He provides the technique, the strategy, the marketing through our education, our courses, working with people, and then the emotional side of it also. He provides those resources. We just have to choose to actually take advantage of it. So I wanted to ask you, can you think of anything like during our sessions, can you think of anything where there was like a shift that just happened so quickly for you during our time together?
Yeah,
And I know this is kind of a question off the cuff. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I know there have been a couple of times where, we're in a session and I've just been overcome. I'm crying, and then it's gone, like a minute later as we're working through it, it truly was like felt and released. So yeah, there's more than one time where that happened. And it's hard, I guess, to pinpoint like, oh, exactly what were we talking about at that moment? But I remember the emotions. I remember the tapping and the tears, and then the release from that, all that emotion that was there. So, I think that was around, trying to think of, what topics we were working on at the time, but I can't remember what they were,
That's good. You're not supposed to.
Yeah, right.
It's all cleared.
Now,
It's
like
gone.
it's now, so it's just part of me and part of.
Yep. I love it so much. And I want to ask you one last question. If someone were interested in working with me and they're a little bit hesitant, what would you say to that person?
Oh, wow. I would say go for it. I feel stronger in my faith and have more clarity on my purpose. And just, I have been able to catch myself being in that driven mode or that self-reliant mode so that I can kind of readjust in the moment or, in the day, throughout the day, or pray on it. So, it's just can't go wrong, to if that's the things that you're really hoping to achieve in the work you're doing or just life in general, like don't hesitate.
Well, thank
That's
you.
what I would tell the person. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much, Angela, for sharing that. And I think that that's kind of like a theme that most women are sharing is like, just do it. Don't think about it. Like if you're looking for results and you need help around those limiting beliefs and building that confidence and getting clarity and really truly walking in your purpose, then yeah, you need to do it. So I thank you for sharing that. And I love that that's kind of been consistent across the board because it allows me to know that my messaging is consistent, and that's the thing that I think is so important for all of us. And another thing too is like we talk about messaging in our businesses, but what about messaging in our life? Like what we're conveying to people. Are they seeing us as a consistent person? Are they seeing us as a person that is truly operating as the light? So that consistency is across the board, from relationships to businesses and our own spirituality, our own personal walk, you know? So I love that a lot of these things that we're striving for in, say, the business entrepreneurial world, we also have to get them in line in our lives first. I think that that's so beautiful. And so, yep, well, I won't keep you because I know you're a busy lady and you got stuff to do. So thank you so, so much for this time.
Thank you, Justina.
Yes, you're so welcome.